Recent studies suggest your child's well-being, here it comes, get ready to listen, your child's well-being is directly influenced by your screen time. Not their screen time, although we know that plays a part, but yours as their parent. Emily Jones of Family Tech University joining me to react and also share some ways we can improve our phone habits. I love when Emily's here. I'm chatting with you and picking your brain right up until the start of this official conversation, but you do such a good job, my friend, of educating us as families and keeping us ahead of this curve. And with all this new research that's coming down, I do feel like there's sort of this fresh momentum toward what's smart, what's wise, what's healthy. Are you encouraged by the narrative right now?
I am very encouraged, and it's interesting because a lot of people hear this study, the results of this study, that my behavior with technology is impacting my child. A lot of people react to that with shame or guilt. No, this is exciting information.
Exciting because why?
This is exciting because most parents feel a sense of helplessness when it comes to the parenting of technology. So many uncontrollables. I can't control what these big companies are doing. I can't control what's going on at school. It's even hard to control what's going on in my home.
Yeah.
But I can control my habits as a parent, as their technology mentor. And if that is the biggest risk factor for young people having problems with technology, are the habits and the example of the parent, I can get on board with that. I can make some change.
There's something I can do with that. You talk about the shame and the guilt, and I appreciate you pivoting it to one of excitement, like I have control in this conversation. I feel, and we've talked about this, you and I personally, I feel a little bit of paranoia. Like I'm not here to stamp a gold star on my forehead. This is an area I feel like we're doing okay at as parents. But even still, with that, letter grade I'm giving myself and Mark, when a child walks in the room and I'm on the phone, I'm throwing it away under a pillow. Like, no screen to see here. I mean, there's a little bit of paranoia, like you want to model what's right and what's good. And that modeling, this research shows, does matter.
It does. It is powerful. It is, and it's something, again, that we can impact.
Yeah.
We can do this.
So today is sort of a look in the mirror moment with that undertone of excitement and positivity, which you're so good about bringing. But to improve our phone habits and limit our personal screen time, you want us to first take control of our notifications.
Yes. So, Brooke, our devices that we carry around, they are defaulting to interrupting our day.
That's their default program.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the default. So you install an app on that phone, it's going to default to an interruption at random times, uncalled for times during your day. And so my invitation to parents is take 3 minutes, get out that list of apps on that phone, and very methodically go through and say, is this app worthy of interrupting my being present in my life? And it's an interesting exercise because when you do this, you realize there are very few of these that are worthy of that kind of attention.
That you care about.
Yeah.
I did this recently, and exactly as you described, it was like a no. I mean, maybe KSL weather, or there were a very few select apps that I was going to let interrupt my day. And even if I don't care about that particular application, just the ding, just the half a second pull and pause at commands is not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Okay, that's our first step. Then we're going to designate all-in time. What do you mean by that?
So what I mean by all-in time is basically carving out a span of time during the day when I am fully present, all in that span of time. And so a mother or a father at home might say, you know what, at 3 p.m. when that beautiful child walks in that door off the bus, this phone is off my person, in another room, out of sight, out of mind, out of reach. And I'm going to be fully present. I might do that from 3 o'clock through dinner time at least. Magic. And it makes a huge impact on the workday too. If you, during the workday, designate a span of time, set that phone out of sight, out of reach, out of mind for an hour, you'll be shocked at how your productivity will skyrocket.
It's a great challenge and a worthy one. And I do feel that shift we talked about, that momentum we talked about, it feels more, I don't even want to use the word acceptable because we're in charge here, but it does feel more acceptable to not reply to a text for a day. Like I think we're getting it, right? We're getting it that we don't want that phone to be our third arm like we joke about so often. We've talked, you and I, many times about phones not having a place in our children's bedroom. You say that applies to mom and dad too.
Oh, it absolutely does. It is characterized as a rule for young people. It really is. But the reality is the research is very, very clear that when we dust off the old alarm clock, pull it out of the museum, pull it out of the dusty
Out of the archive.
out of the archive, and we set that there instead of waking up to that phone, we do a number of things for our own well-being. We improve our sleep, the quality of our sleep. We reduce our insomnia, which is so epidemic right now. But we also, I want to call it that we carve out kind of a sacred time. We wake up, we begin the day, and we end the day without a screen. And there is something very centering and mindful
Yes.
about that approach.
1 minute left. I'm sorry to press. I could talk to you
Please.
forever. Clearly, I'm passionate.
Yeah.
Another tip we apply or a challenge that we give ourselves in relation to our children is to let them be bored.
Yes.
You say we could do a better job of that ourselves.
Oh yes, you walk into any doctor's office, we are terrified of boredom as a society.
True. It's so true.
And so if you're in a waiting room, you have a minute, that's the default. I would encourage people to take a deep breath and be present.
Stare at a wall, or heaven forbid we look at someone in the eye and say, how are you?
How are you?
You do want us to view it as a valuable tool. This isn't all bad.
Yes, no. That is a mind shift that changes everything. Not inherently evil, not inherently good. It is a tool. And that helps us make conscious decisions. What about this tool is making my life better?
Yeah.
I'll embrace it.
Bottom line, we are the secret weapon to improving our children's tech habits and their overall well-being. So I'm so glad we've never had a chat like this. And I'm so glad we did. Emily, you're helping so many
course.
individuals and families gain the skills and the tools and the education they need to
Yeah.
do this healthfully.
Thank you.
How can we learn more about your program?
Yes, you can find us on Instagram under Family Tech University. You can also find us at our website, familytechuniversity.com.
Hundreds of people have gone through the program and they're better because of it. So thanks
Yeah.
for the work that you're doing.
Of course.